Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into this really profound story about crisis and grace. It's drawn from a lecture on the Srimad Bhagavatam given by Radhanath Swami in Mumbai, and it really gets to the heart of what happens when all our strength fails and help shows up from a place we've long forgotten. And this quote right here, it pretty much says it all. The story starts at absolute rock bottom, a moment of total failure. Hope is gone, and the rescue, it doesn't come from the outside world. It comes from a memory buried deep, deep within the heart. So let's begin. Our story is about Gajendra, this mighty king of the elephants, who one day finds himself facing a sudden, unbeatable, and just terrifying enemy. I want you to just try and picture someone who is at the absolute peak of their existence. That was Gajendra. As the king of the elephants, he lived in a paradise. He was powerful, majestic, and respected by absolutely everyone. His life was, by all accounts, perfect. So there he is, just enjoying the simple pleasures of life, right? Splashing around in this beautiful, crystal-clear lake, lotus flowers everywhere, surrounded by his family. He's completely at peace, totally unaware of the danger that's lurking just beneath the surface. And then, in an instant, bam, his entire world is just shattered. A massive crocodile attacks, and its jaws clamp down with this unbreakable grip. Now, this wasn't just a fight. It was this relentless, life-draining struggle that went on for what must have felt like an eternity. And Gajendra, he exhausted every single option. His legendary strength? Useless. The support of his entire family pulling and tugging? It didn't work. His keen intelligence? Nothing could help. He was utterly helpless, just being dragged, slowly, inevitably, to his death. Now, right here, at this moment of total despair, when all was lost, something incredible happened. And this is where the story shifts. It goes from just a tale of survival to one of profound spiritual grace. So, what could possibly save him? Well, the answer didn't come from his current life as an elephant. It actually came from a life he didn't even know he had lived. A memory buried deep within his soul. And this is what Radhanath Swami describes as an act of divine grace. From within his own heart, a memory just surfaces, this powerful mantra he'd learned and chanted in a past life when he was a human king named Indradyumna. And the amazing part is, this remembrance wasn't his own doing, it was prompted from within. And this brings us to the core teaching here. Any sincere spiritual effort, no matter how small it might seem, is never lost. You can think of it like a spiritual bank account. The universe, or Krishna in this tradition, never forgets. And that spiritual investment can pay dividends right when you need it most. You know, this whole idea that your sincere intention is actually more powerful than perfect execution, it's a theme that pops up again and again. So let's take a look at how this plays out. This here highlights a really critical distinction. The difference between ritual perfection and sincere intention. It's the difference between just going through the motions and truly feeling a desire to connect. As the lecture explains, it's all about shifting from thinking, I am the doer, to understanding that a higher power is actually working through you. Just take the story of Chowpatty. She was an uneducated tribal woman, and out of pure love, she wanted to offer Lord Ram only the sweetest fruits. So what'd she do? She tasted each one first. Now that's a major breach of ritual etiquette, a big no-no, but her intention was so pure, so sincere, that her offering was accepted and she was granted the highest spiritual perfection. And hey, this isn't just some ancient idea. Radhanath Swami shares a modern story about a musical performance that was, by the artist's own admission, technically flawed. It was a mess, but their sincerity was so palpable that the audience was profoundly moved. Some people even said it changed their lives. So the crucial point is that grace can manifest through any effort, as long as it comes from the heart. It's really about the quality of our consciousness, not just the perfection of our external performance. So, how does this ancient story apply to us? Well, according to Radhanath Swami, we all have hidden crocodiles in our own lives. So what does this crocodile symbolize for us today? It's that sudden, overwhelming challenge that can just appear out of nowhere and completely upend our lives, proving that, you know what, our own strength is just not enough. And our crocodiles, they come in all sorts of forms. It could be a single mosquito, an invisible virus, a sudden financial crisis, or an unexpected illness. And as Radhanath Swami points out, we all face the ultimate crocodile, time itself, which inevitably pulls everything under. Now, the purpose of this isn't to make us paranoid or fearful, not at all. It's to make us prepared. It's a reminder that we need a deeper shelter, something beyond our own limited resources, to rely on when the inevitable challenges of life arrive. And this brings us right back to the ultimate promise, the central message of Gajendra's story, the unforgettable nature of sincere devotion. What does this number represent? Well, according to the teaching, it's the number of sincere spiritual acts that are ever forgotten. 0. Zilch. The account is never erased. We see this proven again in the story of Ajamila. He was a good person in his youth, but he later fell into a deeply sinful life. And yet, at the moment of his death, he was saved because he called out the name of his son, which just so happened to be a name of God, Narayana. That past connection, that one sincere effort from his youth, was enough. And that's really the goal. The entire practice of a spiritual life is to cultivate the ability to call out with that same heartfelt sincerity, that complete surrender that Gajendra showed in his final moments. Because one moment of pure, sincere connection, well, it can define your entire existence. And that's the key takeaway from this whole explainer. If we really believe that our sincerity is never forgotten, how does that change the way we face our own crocodiles? It gives us this incredible foundation of hope. It transforms challenges from terrifying threats into opportunities to connect with that deeper shelter we've been building all along.